This is the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team getting set to match up with a very formidable opponent. Alongside Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, this crowd is hyped, and you look at their guys coming in, they appear to be fired up and ready to go. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be a good one.
And these two teams have gotten a chance to know each other pretty well over this series. It's been a gruesome one so far, very tightly contested. But now, it can boil down to the best of three, which makes tonight's Game 5 a pivotal one.
To Paul George. LeBron James with the rock. To Schroeder. James can't connect from in close.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Beverly to Batum. And the rebound taken in by Davis. Caldwell Pope to James. Nothing going here on that drive. Cleared by Ibaka. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. Nikola Batum missed his first. That one goes.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Here comes the screen. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First free throw is good. And he makes them both. Clippers have the basketball. Paul George to Nick Batum. To Beverly. The screen sets him up for two.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Here's Schroeder with it. They trail by two. Cashes in for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
George to Ibaka. He was hacked. They let it go. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Looking to make something happen. LA Clippers with the basketball. To George. Sizing up the defense. Trying to make his move. PG lets it fly. Shot won't go. Kuzma to James. To Davis, down low. Schroeder, tough matchup against George. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Dennis Schroeder at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Paul George to Beverly. Paul George fires, knocks it down off the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Schroeder to Davis. To Kyle Kuzma. For 3, it's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
But did you see on that three-point shot, did you see him slightly kick his legs out? By kicking his legs out, the defender runs into the legs. There's contact. That's how you get a 4-point play potentially.
Kyle Kuzma with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw good. He's able to polish off the 3-point play. Beverly into the front court. Down 5. George to Batum. Can't miss those. Los Angeles, they have it. Caldwell Pope against Paul George. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Shifting gears. Here come some substitutions. Dennis Schroeder, 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
I love when I get a chance to watch guys who can make more out of what they actually have in their arsenal. And that's who Dennis Schroeder is. For a guy who really can't shoot, he sure does put the ball in the bucket.
Leonard to Paul George. Nice pass to get things going.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Here comes the screen. Schroeder. They'll get it down to Davis. Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Beverly. Good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. And scores, plus the foul. Patented move for Anthony Davis. And a chance at 3.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Anthony Davis trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. The free throw good. Cashes in on the 3-point play. The lead now stands at 10. To Ibaka. Beverly to George. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Schroeder to Caldwell Pope. Down low for Davis. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Ibaka. Down low for Leonard. Short jumper off the mark. Schroeder with the basketball. Up a dozen. To Davis. Shot from the lane won't go. Here comes the screen. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
And he connects on the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Here's Schroeder with it. The lead stands at 10. To Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. Anthony Davis. Looking good. 4 for 5. AD, is he a new age big?
Easy answer is yes. He is Mr. Versatility. He can do everything on both the offensive and the defensive end. He can fight the post, battle for position. He can protect the rim. Plus, if you switch, he can guard guards on the perimeter. That's what you love about AD. You need something, he has an answer for you.
George lets it fly and hits off a killer step back. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots.
And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Lakers ball. Schroeder. They go down to Davis. Probing the defense. Anthony Davis. He's now 5 for 6.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Kawhi Leonard picked up by Schroeder. Screen coming. Here's Leonard for 2. And scores on the step back.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. His team on top by 8. To Davis, down low. Not that time.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Kawhi Leonard, 3 for 4. Good start.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Schroeder. And that's going to get out of bounds. Off a Laker. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Paul George. To Leonard. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Short jumper stays out. Schroeder to Davis. Knocks it down from mid-range.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot, I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Anthony Davis! Huge!
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Changes coming from both sides right now. Beverly. To Leonard. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Davis, knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Leonard. From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
To Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. Won't go. Beverly into the front court. Margins 8. To Leonard. From the outside, no good. It's Cook with the basketball. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. To Schroeder. To Davis. No good.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Knocked loose. Clippers have it. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Luke Kennard, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. Schroeder with the basketball. Up 6 to J.R. Smith. Footer at the buzzer, and it's no good as time runs out on the first quarter of play. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Anthony Davis swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Serge Ibaka tips it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
No, I missed a short one there. Across the timeline comes James. Up 5-6. Kawhi Leonard with a piece. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Davis. LeBron up against Patterson. Off the assist.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
It's LA Clippers ball. To Beverly. Shot from in close, no good. Davis to James. Off the mark. Beverly into the front court.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. James. They'll get it down to Davis. Got it.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Leonard. To Beverly. Leonard. To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's 2 for 2 now.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Davis. Won't go. Rondo with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Short jumper off the mark. LeBron into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Add 2 points to the board. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Leonard to Ibaka. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Deep 2 there, won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Gets a shot up off the mark. Beverly into the front court. They find themselves down 10. To Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. Now 4 for 9.
What was once a tight space is no longer. There is absolutely no way the defender can recover after that move.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. James to J.R. Smith. Drummond steps out. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Beverly. Serge Ibaka slams it down. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
Cook to bring it into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Beverly into the front court, trailing by 10. To Paul George. Shot clock winding down. George. doesn't get the bounce.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Driving right to the basket. Serge Ibaka rejects it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Paul George. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Nothing going here on that drive. And counted at the rim.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Ibaka to Beverly. To Ibaka. 5 on the shot clock. George couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. Time for some new personnel into the game. LBJ has it. To Schroeder. Takes stock of the floor. Schroeder to Drummond. Schroeder. Not that time. George to Beverly. To Nick Batum. Nikola Batum. 2 of 4 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
James to Drummond. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Paul George. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Los Angeles has the basketball to Caldwell Pope. Drummond can't connect. George to Batum. Almost unlucky bounce. Schroeder to Caldwell Pope. To James. Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Beverly to George. Serge Ibaka. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lakers at the controls right now. To Schroeder. Paul George. Great feed. Sets it up. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Schroeder to Drummond. Gets a look. Can't hit. George. Here comes the screen. Beverly to Paul George. Off offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. To Kyle Kuzma. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. James, offensive board. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Clippers have the basketball. To Ibaka. Good look that time, but off the mark. Kuzma to Davis. To Caldwell Pope. And look out. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Kennard to Marcus Morris. Beverly to Ibaka. Not that time. The follow won't go either. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's James controlling the offense. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Beverly to Luke Kennard. Beverly goes to the left side. Has a look. And it's Davis for the rebound. Footer at the buzzer.
I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Lakers are feeling comfortable at the halfway mark. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers were unable to find an offensive flow in the opening half. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Anthony Davis, has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going.
Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Marcus Morris. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. And a finish at the rim.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Here comes the screen. Batum to George. Fires the three. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Schroeder to James. And a nice finish at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Paul George to Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. George. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down 11. George, the pass taken away by the Lakers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
It's the Clippers with the possession now to Beverly. Probing the defense. Not that time. Locked in to James. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Screen coming. Beverly to Paul George. It's good.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
LeBron into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Shot from in close, no good. The drive, right to the basket. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Kuzma to James. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Beverly to Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Beverly, that's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. James, he engulfed him that time. It's LA Clippers ball to Batum.
Here we go. Here we go.
Down low, George. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
And when the ball gets the defense rotating from side to side, you're bound to find opportunities for each other.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Here comes the screen. Paul George, 4-2. That's no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Kuzma to James. Trying to cash in. James shot no good. Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Shot from the lane won't go. To Davis. Can't connect. Ibaka shot no good. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 78% at the line. And he can't convert the free throw. Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 15. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Nothing going here on that drive. James to Kyle Kuzma. Down low for Davis. From the painted area, won't go down. Into the front court comes Rondo. His guys currently down by 13. Kawhi Leonard. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Beverly. He shoots, off the mark. Los Angeles, they have it to Davis. James to Kyle Kuzma. Down to 5 on the 24. Count the basket.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
They'll get it down to Leonard. Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Not going down for him this time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Leonard to Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. Here's Leonard for two. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Lakers ball. Kuzma to James. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Surveys the floor. Down low for Leonard. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Short jumper off the mark. LBJ with it. Has a look. LeBron, not that time. Beverly into the front court. His guys trail by 13. Lakers have it. Schroeder to James. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Here's Rondo with it. Down by 15. Had a chance, but it's no good. To Schroeder. The shot, almost. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard here against Morris. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
James. To Caldwell Pope. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Down to 5 on the 24. Kawhi Leonard. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
James. Oh, if you're a fan, you love the will and the want. New blood coming in for both sides. Rondo into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Leonard. Add 2 points to the board.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
And count the basket inside. Deep three at the buzzer. That's the end of the third quarter. So far, it's been all Lakers. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing it.
Patrick Patterson pins it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
It's Cook with the basketball. The lead is 15. Smith. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Leonard. L.A. with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. Wide open look, won't go. Smith now into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Kuzma. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Los Angeles has the basketball. To Kyle Kuzma. Able to convert inside.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
To George. You've got to get that one to go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
To Paul George. To Leonard. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Drummond. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's now 4 for 6.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Rondo, guarded by Cook. Paul George. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Clippers have got it. He throws it down.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's now shooting 5 for 7. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Kawhi Leonard, defended by Markieff Morris. Kennard to Leonard. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Can't connect from in close.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
It's Cook with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Here's Drummond. Deep two there, won't go. Rondo with the basketball. His guys down big. Down the lane to lay it in.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Kuzma to Drummond. It was right there. Clippers have the basketball. Rondo, defended
The
by Quinn Cook.
2021 NBA
To Luke
Playoffs
Kennard.
3-round games and highlights will be coming up
Driving
next on
right to the
Sports
basket.
Brew Vein
Right to the heart of
2021.
the defense. The layup is good.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Cook to bring it into the front court. His team on top by 13. Kuzma. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day. To Leonard. Gets a look. Can't hit. Into the front court comes Smith. His guys up by 15. To Drummond. Shot clock
The
winding
Brooklyn
down.
Nets led
It's AD
Series
for
2-1 over New York Knicks in the 2021 NBA Playoffs 3-round Season 8 games.
To Leonard. The jumper's off the mark. To J.R. Smith. Here comes the screen. Five to shoot for Los Angeles. Fires the three. Throw it, JR. It can be no, no, no. Yes, when it goes in.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Leonard to Marcus Morris. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good, and the lead back down to 15. To Kyle Kuzma. Screen coming. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. He connects with the step back.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Sizing up the defense. LeBron James snatching it out of the air.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Terrific vision. Gets to the basket and scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Shot from the lane won't go. Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 15. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. From the painted area, won't go down.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jarring is only going to escalate.
To James. Here comes the screen. James. And he throws it down. Andre Drummond with the slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. LBJ. To Schroeder. Short jumper misses. Beverly into the front court. Down by 15. To Leonard. And strokes it. Here's Schroeder with it. The advantage is 13 points. James to Drummond. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll gather the troops and talk things over. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. Schroeder to James. No good and no foul. Batum picked up by Schroeder to Leonard. The screen sets him up for two.
Bread and butter, and there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Looking to make something happen. To James. Marcus Morris sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Beverly to Leonard. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
One of the best in the biz right there. Maybe the best.
Screen coming. James to Davis. It's James. Buries it.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the block. And he stepped out of bounds. Turns the ball over. .15-footer at the buzzer. The Lakers get the victory. They've claimed the pivotal Game 5 to go up 3-2 in this best-of-7 series. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Lakers came away with the victory in this one. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers. The Clippers couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
The Los Angeles Lakers
Did their best work away from the basket. They used a combination of perimeter defense and long-range scoring to get themselves the win.
Player of the game.
Anthony Davis was just amazing in this game. What other word could you use for someone that played the kind of defense that shut down an entire team? Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.